In the meantime, Jinnah, Abul Kalam Azad, Nehru, and Savarkar refrained from forming a united front with Mashriqi due to their concerns about the potential consequences. They were well aware that such an alliance could displease the powerful rulers and jeopardize their political careers. Additionally, they recognized Mashriqi's capability to swiftly end British rule, which would have ended their political careers. Consequently, they made the decision to overlook the nation's interests. Regardless of this, Mashriqi continued to advocate for Muslim and Hindu unity and suggested Jinnah and Gandhi settle their differences, which were crucial to ending British rule. The confrontational politics between the two major communities were sowing seeds of discord and essentially aiding the British rulers in advancing their divide and rule policy. To counteract this, Mashriqi not only preached Muslim-Hindu unity in his speeches, but also ordered the Khaksars to work towards fostering unity between Muslims and Hindus. However, Mashriqi's relentless efforts to unite Muslims and Hindus and dismantle the divide and rule policy of the British incurred the wrath of the British rulers. This was evident from Mashriqi's press statement on the momentous day of July 22, 1943, where he unambiguously asserted, "It appears that the government of India would not let the Khaksars live or give to them even what is allowed to all others." The ban was raised on December 28 last after a terrible struggle of 3 years on clear and definite conditions put in my statement, which the government of India reproduced in their communiqué of that date. But these conditions were repudiated on January 25th. Since then, the government of India have threatened again and again that I shall be rearrested and the ban on the Khaksars reimposed unless the red symbol on the arm of the Khaksars is abolished, the gatherings of the Khaksars forbidden, and their social service rendered individually. The latest warning of the 19th of July is that, if within a fortnight from that date, the red symbol is not removed from the arm of every Khaksar in India, and the display of spades, drills, marches, also collective service inside camps not abolished, the government of India will declare the Khaksars to be an unlawful association again. This is called the final warning. 3 days after Mashriqi made his statement, specifically on July 26th, an individual allegedly responsible for attacking Jinnah was identified as a Khaksar member. Jinnah took legal action and made every effort to prove that the assailant belonged to the Khaksar organization. However, the evidence presented was so feeble that Justice Blagden of the Bombay High Court rejected it, refusing to accept the claim that the attacker was a Khaksar. In light of Mashriqi's resurgence in political activity, it becomes evident that the so-called assault was a premeditated attempt to undermine Mashriqi's political standing. Several reasons support this assertion. Firstly, the fact that Jinnah's guards allowed an ordinary person to enter his residence is questionable. Additionally, why would Jinnah's secretary inform him about the arrival of a suspicious-looking individual? Moreover, why would Jinnah abandon his work and descend from the second floor of his house to meet an unknown and poorly dressed individual without any prior appointment? Then, the identification of the assailant as a Khaksar immediately after the attack, without any thorough investigation, raises serious suspicions. Moreover, it is exceedingly peculiar that Jinnah would initiate legal proceedings unless driven by a concealed agenda over a minor scratch that resulted in no significant harm. The entire narrative appears fabricated and bogus. Despite Jinnah's rigorous efforts to establish the assailant's affiliation with the Khaksar organization in court, the arguments presented were so feeble that Justice Blagden found them to be utterly baseless, struggling to believe the story. However, he sentenced the accused to 5 years of rigorous imprisonment. It was later found out that the so-called attacker was actually a Muslim leaguer. In order to aid the British in undermining Mashriqi politically, Jinnah allowed the publicity of this fictitious incident, and it continues to be cited in various publications. Mashriqi expressed regret that Jinnah, who ultimately lost the case, used this attack against him to undermine his political standing. This attack was not the sole instance of aggression against Mashriqi during the freedom movement, as he faced several other serious attacks. Nonetheless, Mashriqi managed to survive each time.
To understand the truth about the partition of India, the politics of Jinnah, Gandhi, and the British rulers, watch the documentary titled The Road to Freedom. Allama Mashriqi's historic journey from Amritsar to Lahore. Additionally, read or listen to the audio version of the article named The British Chessboard, Jinnah, Gandhi, and the Strategic Divide of India, both of which are by scholar Nasim Yousaf and available on social media.